EastEnders explodes with tension as Lauren and Peter reignite their romance, but it's far from smooth sailing. Albert Square is no stranger to drama, heartbreak, and surprise twists, and next week, EastEnders fans are in for another emotional rollercoaster as Lauren Branning and Peter Beale find themselves on the brink of reconciliation, only for secrets, warnings, and guilty confessions to threaten it all once again. It's been a rocky few months for Lauren and Peter. The once golden couple, bound together by their son Louis and the shared trauma of baby Jimmy's recent diagnosis, had desperately tried to hold on to each other through the storm. But instead of bringing them closer, the pressure had slowly driven a wedge between them, compounded by Lauren's struggle with addiction and Peter's growing paranoia over custody. Now, as the pair teeter on the edge of giving their relationship another chance, a single night of passion sparks a fresh wave of complications that could either reunite them for good, or drive them apart forever. A fragile reunion begins. Next week's episodes kick off with the couple making a surprising move toward reconciliation. After their latest fallout, triggered by Lauren discovering that Peter had spoken to Johnny Carter about taking the kids away, things seemed final. Lauren walked away, hurt and betrayed. But in classic EastEnders fashion, the door to forgiveness is never quite locked. Peter, feeling the weight of regret, confides in Kathy Beale. In an emotional heart-to-heart, Kathy offers her grandson a much-needed dose of perspective. She reminds him of all the good things about Lauren, how hard she's trying to be a better mom, and how important it is to show compassion rather than control. Her words hit home. Later, Peter takes a chance and reaches out to Lauren. The two meet again, hesitant but hopeful. What begins as an awkward chat quickly turns into something more intimate, and before long, they've spent the night together. The next morning, Peter wakes up in number 25 with a sense of relief and happiness he hasn't felt in a long time. Maybe, just maybe, this time things will be different. But as is often the case in Walford, happiness rarely comes without a price. A kiss, a confession, and a cover-up. Across the square, Lauren's own morning is far less settled. While Peter lies in bed beaming, Lauren bumps into Zach Hudson at the cafe, and immediately, the guilt comes rushing back. The two had shared a spontaneous, heat-of-the-moment kiss not long before Lauren reunited with Peter. For Lauren, it was a lapse in judgment, something she deeply regrets. But now, with things potentially back on track with Peter, the kiss feels like a ticking time bomb. As Zach helps her juggle the boys at the cafe, Lauren opens up about her guilt. She confesses what happened is eating away at her, and she's scared it could destroy any hope she has with Peter. But Zach, ever the calming presence, tells her not to worry. It was a one-off, he insists. I won't say a word. He reassures her that whatever happened between them doesn't have to mean anything, and more importantly, doesn't need to come between her and Peter. Lauren nods, but it's clear she's not convinced. Secrets have a way of coming out in Walford, and this one is already starting to fester. Trouble brewing at the Albert. Later that day, Lauren heads down to the Albert to support Peter as he helps out at Cindy Beale's big Pride event. The party is supposed to be a celebration, a colorful, high-energy affair that brings the community together. But for Lauren, it turns into something entirely different. As she arrives, she's confronted by none other than Cindy Beale herself. Peter's mother has never been one to mince her words, and this time is no different. With her trademark cold glare, Cindy pulls Lauren aside for a private word. What exactly she says remains to be seen, but it's clear the warning is sharp and deeply personal. Some residents overhear snatches of the conversation. Cindy makes it clear that she doesn't trust Lauren, and that Peter deserves better. Whether her harshness is fueled by maternal protectiveness or lingering resentment is hard to tell, but one thing is certain. She sees Lauren as a threat to her son's stability. Lauren walks away from the confrontation visibly shaken. And with her secret kiss still gnawing at her, she starts to question whether she can really make this relationship work, or whether it's destined to implode again on the horizon. As Lauren navigates the emotional minefield of her rekindled romance with Peter, another major twist could soon shake her world even further. Rumors are swirling that her father, Max Branning, played by Jake Wood, could be making a dramatic return to Albert Square. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the buzz around Max's potential comeback is growing louder by the day. To add fuel to the fire, a recast of Oscar, Max's young son with ex-partner Kirsty, has already been announced. This suggests that the Branning family could be gearing up for a significant storyline, one that would naturally include Lauren at the heart of it. In a recent interview, Jacqueline Jossa, who plays Lauren, was asked about the potential return of Max. While she didn't give anything away, she did say that she'd love to see the Brannings reunited and hinted that there's always room for surprises in Walford. Old wounds and new beginnings. For longtime viewers, the possible return of Max Branning carries emotional weight. His turbulent history with Peter, his often destructive influence over Lauren, and the ghosts of past betrayals all make him a potent wildcard in the current storyline. Lauren has worked hard to move beyond her father's shadow. She's battled addiction, faced the loss of family, and tried to build a stable life for her kids. A return from Max could either provide her with the support she needs, or unravel everything she's worked so hard to rebuild. At the same time, Peter's patience may be wearing thin. If he learns about the kiss with Zach, especially after the fight they just overcame, his trust in Lauren could be irreparably damaged. Pride, pressure, and public drama. As the Albert fills with partygoers, music, and rainbow flags, Cindy's Pride event might be a celebration on the surface, but for Lauren and Peter, it's the backdrop to a looming emotional implosion. The night represents everything that could be right about their future, a sense of community, love, and acceptance. But underneath, tensions are bubbling. Lauren is dealing with internal guilt, an external warning from Cindy, and the fear of being exposed. Peter is basking in the glow of hope, unaware that another secret is already threatening to take it all away. And Zach, caught in the middle, may find it harder than he expected to keep his mouth shut. Meanwhile, Cindy's disdain for Lauren is unlikely to be a one-time outburst. She has a long memory, and her instincts tell her Lauren isn't stable enough to be with Peter, let alone raise a family with him. If Max does return, he might align with Cindy, or go head-to-head in a Branning versus Beale showdown that reignites old rivalries. What comes next? Next week's EastEnders promises all the tension, passion, and heartbreak fans crave, and with so many emotional threads converging, it's only a matter of time before something snaps. Will Lauren come clean about the kiss before someone else does? Can Peter handle yet another betrayal, even if it's small? Will Cindy try to push Lauren out of her son's life, and will Max's return change everything? Whatever happens, one thing is clear. In Albert Square, love is never simple, family is never quiet, and the past is never truly buried.